time for me to reign and establishing this kingdom on hill, taking charge in works of his hands. Hold him fast to the faith should have died. I rule on earth, I win everywhere. God has come before, God has won it all.
You're listening to Dominion Voice by Pastor Lanre, Ajanaku.
A lot of people spend before checking their budget. No. You put your budget down and you stay within the budget. It takes discipline to stay with your budget. That is, any other thing that is coming into the budget, you don't know. It's not part of the deal. It's not part of the plan. Budget simply means I am telling you telling your money where it should go. Not after you are spending, you spent, then you're not asking, where did the money go? That's the question many of us ask. Where did the money go? Where did the money go? Wow. I'm going to rebuke the devourer. Hey. There ain't no devourer anywhere. You just were not self-disciplined. You were not disciplined. You tell your money where to go. Not after you are spending and you're not looking for where it went to. Budget is telling you your money where to go. To have a credit line or a credit card limit and still stay without debt. You have a credit line. You have a credit card. Whatever line or whatsoever you may have, listen to me carefully. You may have those credit cards, you may have those things, but it takes self-discipline to be able to stay within. It has been proven that when we use cards to spend, we spend more than when we spend cash. Is it true? Because if you possibly are going out, you're hanging out, and you have a bill of about $150 to pay, and you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe in 20s, 150. As you are parting with it, you're like, oh wow, this is cash. But you know what? You go spend and just take your card and just do what? Just swipe. It's easier. Studies have shown that we spend 78% much more when we use card than when we spend cash. Because when people spend cash, there's a part of the brain that gives a knock. Hey, that money is going. But when it's a card, you swipe and it's gone. So it takes discipline to have these credit lines, line of credit, and stay still within it, and not abuse it. A lot of us have credit lines and want to go on vacation, and you go into your credit line or use your credit card to go on vacation, creating debt that is stupidity. Don't do it. If you can't afford it, then stay. You will still afford it sometime later. Am I there? Everybody's looking at me. I'm too tough today. I'm too tough today. Yeah. It's good. It's good. You cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result.
That's right.
You cannot be in debt and be creating more debt and expecting that an angel will come and lift you out of that debt. No.
That's right.
It's not going to work that way. Credit cards, credit lines are not to be toyed with. You want to use your credit line? Beautiful. What are you using it for? Are you using it to create a debt that is productive, that is a business you want to take advantage of? You have a credit line, possibly of about, hypothetically, let's say 100,000 or 50,000 or 7, whatever. And you suddenly hear that there is somebody who wants to sell a house, maybe an apartment. And the apartment, the market value possibly goes for maybe 80,000. And because the person is desperate, possibly the bank wants to sell or whatsoever, and they brought down the price just to be able to sell at what you call the for sale value at 50,000. And you have a credit line, and you know that if I am able to buy this and hold on to it while I service my credit line, I can put it back in the market and wait and be able to make a margin of about 10,000. That's wisdom. That's wisdom. That's what it's meant for. Not that you take a credit line and you want to go on wedding anniversary celebration and you begin to spend. Yeah, everybody will gather with you, will rejoice with you, but after you are gone, you will face the music. You will face the reality. That's the truth. You know, it is extremely important for us to note this. To stop incurring debt and also begin paying down on our debt. It takes that self-discipline. Don't wish it away. I listen to politics, US politics now, and I see what the Democrats are using as a bait to get people to get on board. And one is one thing, say we want to write off student loan. And everybody's so excited. But you know, that's a miracle. If it happens, it's a miracle. But mind you, it will not happen every year. So don't go about creating some debts around you and wishing that one day it will be blown away. It's not going to be blown away. You wake up in the morning, it stares back at you. You sleep in the night, that's the last thing you see. A lot of people have gone into depression. A lot of people are sad because they have not learned to be self-disciplined when it comes to our finances. We have to be self-disciplined. Mm-hmm. We have to be. Stop incurring debt. You have a debt, make plans to pay down on your debt. Stop incurring, stop digging the pit of debt. It is important. A little bit of exercise in self-discipline can extend your lifespan. Every one of us are guilty. Some time ago, I saw a presentation on health, and I was told that if you do exercises regularly, if you regularly exercise, you can actually increase your lifespan by 10 years. If you are meant to leave the earth at the age of 80, if you regularly exercise, you can actually expand and increase it to 90. Are you there? Now, coupled with how you regulate, maybe you have your meals and all, but exercise, as simple as it is very important. Someone was telling me some time ago, I think maybe I saw somewhere, that people who have arthritis it could actually be aggravated by lack of exercises. Yeah. Bones, joints. But tell everyone, why don't you get up and exercise? Oh, no. I'm feeling cool. A lot of us have got treadmills, have got equipment, gym equipment in your basement. You say, yeah, I want to start exercising. You do it for 3-4 days, and after that, it becomes a decoration. It becomes a souvenir. I also have it at home. When people say, do you have a job? Yeah, I have it at home. When are you going to get it? Oh, I will get to it one day. No. It takes self-discipline. At times, we may need to help ourselves. Set an alarm on your phone. When your phone beeps, it comes on and says, it's time to do exercises. Don't just shut it down. You have to drag yourself. You have to push yourself into it. Self-discipline in investing in stocks, investing in assets, investing in bonds, investing in real estate is important. You have to invest. Don't think that you're going to live on government pension. Government pension is just to be able to put food on your table when you're old. You want to travel. You want your grandchildren to come around, and they are so excited coming to you because they know that when they are going, grandma is going to give them some dough, some good money. So they're excited going to grandpa. They're excited going to grandma. Are you there? Yes. No, they say, let's go to grandpa, let's go to grandma, and say, oh, grandpa, grandma, well. But when you go to grandpa and grandma, say, do you want to go? Say, yeah, yippee, we want to go. Because they know that when they are going, at least maybe $100 or $200 or thereabout, to come and have it. So they're always eager to come around. It is extremely important. We have to invest. We've got to invest. Invest in stocks. Find out. Speak to your bankers. Speak to your financial advisor. You don't need to have so much before you start investing. Are you there? Start investing little. You know, I can imagine if you started investing, even if you had invested $100 since you were at the age of 18, and you invested $100 every month for a period until you are 50, I bet you will be a multi-millionaire by the time you are done. So it's not rocket science. It takes self-discipline. Handling your credit well, your credit score standing. You shouldn't be coming here to Dominion Voice month in, month out, and your credit score is not in excellent, or let's say good, if not excellent. What's happening? You've got to handle your credit score. Check it from time to time. And like we've said here, you're going to guarantee somebody, please be very careful who you guarantee. Because anyone you guarantee, if he does well or otherwise with his credit, with what you have guaranteed, it will affect your credit score. There's a difference between you referencing somebody or guaranteeing somebody. Once you guarantee somebody, you have tied your credit with that person. So you have to know what you are doing. My Bible even tells us to be very cautious to guarantee people.
That's right.
Don't say, oh, it's my neighbor, or it's my son. If you notice your son is not very, very disciplined with his spending, don't use that to override, don't use relationship to override reality or to override principle. If your son or your daughter is not prudent in spending and he wants you to come and guarantee a car note, please don't guarantee him and let him know. He may be offended, but you would have saved your soul and you have been teaching him a lesson. Be very careful. Be careful about your credit score. I wish that you don't live on credit, but if you have to have a credit because you have to buy a house, get a mortgage or whatever, be careful about your credit score. Don't play with it. Be careful to create an emergency fund. Making money to stay in your hand for long is all a function of self-discipline. A lot of us here today, let's assume, you just had a windfall. And unexpected money comes to you, boom! Say $5,000, just hits your account immediately. What happens to you? Let me ask. You pay your debt. That's one. Good. Number two, 5,000 on an extraordinary income. You were not thinking about it. It just comes to you. Boom. Let's even say 20,000. Let me pump some adrenaline into your bloodstream. Okay, let's say you just wake up one day and there's a distant uncle of yours who you have spoken with for so long. He passes away and they read his will and he says, in my will, please give you 100,000. I mean, unexpected. It does happen.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the uncle has so much, he has houses, and he sells, they say, after I'm passed on, sell my house, and give 100,000, give it to Pastor Lanre. He's a Solomon. Now, what would you let's think of it. What would you do? Just suddenly realize, boom, enters your account, $100,000. What would you do? Number one, it will first excite you. Number two, you'll be shocked. It can happen. It has happened before. And then, what runs through your mind? I got to change my car. No. Thank you. I got to go on huge vacation. I like that sincerity. If possibly you wanted to go on vacation, a minimum vacation depending on your income, you want to possibly go to Spook Grove and stay there. One of the songs, Spook Grove will just change to Mexico. Or Spook Grove will just suddenly change to Hawaii. And you know the way we justify it, we just say, well, I have only one life to live. Why don't I enjoy it?
Life is too short.
Oh, life is too short. That's what the things we used to. It's good. But you know what? When such come, after you have paid your time, the next thing you should think of is, how much should I invest? Out of this 100,000, how much should I invest? What percentage am I going to look at in it? I'm not saying you shouldn't make yourself feel good, but before you go on that, before you start thinking of feeling good on those extraordinary income, first of all think, how much must I invest? Because that is a seed. The scripture says, to him that gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So you have to, what do we do with seed? We sow. What do we do with bread? We eat. But it's a crime when you take your seed, you cook it, and you eat it with your bread. And that's what a lot of us do. It shouldn't be. The first thing that you first of all think of is, wow, how much should I invest? Because it's unbudgeted for. This is free money that just comes. And God is looking down and say, okay, let me test this daughter of mine. How much is he going to do? How is he going to do? If your first thought is spend in consumption, then you have not done yourself good. The first thing must be God, and after God, investment. How much percentage am I going to invest? Then you can now think of, yes, now let me make myself feel good. So it is important for us, emergency, making money to stay in our hands. Money must stay in your account. Get used to your money being in your account. Don't get used to being in debit, having debit on your credit card. Get used to having credit. Get used to having huge credit in your account. Get used to it. Don't see money coming to your hand as something I have to spend. Learn how to bring down your consumption and get cut away from every wasteful spending. There are so many wasteful spending that I've seen around. And I begin to wonder why. But it's because we are not disciplined. We must cut away from wasteful spending. You know, some time ago, I have a provider, my provider, they provide me, what's it called now? Cable, Wi-Fi, telephone, TV, internet, and also the land phone. And I was talking with somebody, and I think I was paying about 140. And I thought I had the best deal. So one day I was talking with someone, and someone just said, oh, I pay $70. I said, what did you say? He said, I pay $70. So I said, is it possible? I thought I had the best deal. The marketer I spoke to gave me the impression I had the best deal. So I called. I said, well, I don't want to pay much more than this amount. 80 from 150. And the person said, oh, okay, Mr. Ajanaku, you have been a good customer. I said, oh, good. So it's possible. But I see on on your TV, I see you have baby stations. Children's stations, kids stations. I don't watch kids stations, but I'm paying for it. My last child is no longer a kid. He doesn't watch. He doesn't watch Paw Patrol. And I've been paying for this all the while. So I said, okay, please take it off. And I looked again and said, this. And I realized I was just paying for lots of stations that I was not watching.
Yeah.
So I yanked it off. I still had what I wanted. The man said, okay, what is your interest? Told him, yeah, this. So if that is that, you take this, I didn't take this off. At the end of the day, it came below what I was expecting. You may say the $50 or $60 is not relevant, but multiply 50 by 12, that's what? 600, multiplied by 3, 1,800 in 3 years. And I've been on that platform for about 3 years. So that means leakages. 1,800 was just going down the drain. Many of us, we need to go check our accounts. Go and check your expenses. What are the things that are not necessary that you have to take away? It is important for us to note this. As you live here today, we must go back to go and do an appraisal. Go and check yourself. Go and check your expenses. Go and check it well. And begin to make decisions. Self-discipline is a learned behavior which requires practice and repetition day to day. Nobody is born with it. It's not a gift. No. It is a learned behavior. Habits are created with 21 days of repeating the right thing or the wrong thing. So you have to go back and learn. Go back and learn that behavior. The regimen helps to establish good habits. Helps to break bad ones and improve the impulse control by changing your everyday routine. The way the brain is wired in such a way that if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, and you want to change it, the brain will protest. If you are doing what is wrong, and you want to change it with a right one, the brain will tell you you are wrong because you are trying to change it. Because the brain has seen that wrong habit as right. So when you want to replace it with the right one, the brain will first of all tell you, no, you are wrong. I'm not configured this way. So with self-discipline, you can now retrain the brain and get it back online. And that is what we call renewing your mind. Romans chapter 12 verse 1 says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that you present your body living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to this world, 12:2, verse 2 now, and do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind.
Amen.
You need transformation. But to a layman, I'll call it rewire your brain. You've got to rewire it. The brain will protest. The body will protest. If you have always been sleeping and waking up every day at 7 o'clock, and you say, now I want to have 1 hour extra time before I start my day with God, and you want to wake up at 6, I bet you your brain will protest. No. We wake up at 7 o'clock. We don't wake at 6. So the brain will protest. But until you now continue to do it over, the brain will say, okay, I think this is now the new order. It's now going to be 6. And once it is 6, you realize that within you jack up. You just wake up at 6. And that takes me to the sources of income. And I want to just run through this. You get income through inheritance. I've talked about that. Savings, gifts from friends and relatives, salary and investment, business owner, patent or copyright, which we call passive income. What you do with your income determines your financial growth. Listen to me carefully. It is not how much you earn that takes you to financial freedom. It is what remains, what you save after you have spent. If you earn $10,000 in a month and you're able to save $500 because you are very careless, you are not disciplined, and somebody earns $4,000 and is able to save $1,500, at the end of it all, when you're going to retire, who is going to be better off? The one that earns 10,000? The one that earns what? 4,000. So it's not how much you earn. You could be earning 8 figures, 6 figures. But what comes out, what is remaining at the end of the day? Self-discipline. And how to achieve this self-discipline. We've talked about a couple of them, which I see here. What do I need to achieve self-discipline? Number 1, remove temptation. Out of sight is out of mind. Know your weakness and keep away from them. You've got to remove temptation. If you know that you struggle with, possibly you love to shop, so remove the temptation of going to the mall without having a list of things you want to buy. So when you are going, just check the aisle. What do you tell your eyes? Go straight. Look forward. Just tell your eye, go straight, look forward. Because you have your list. Many times, many of us have gone to the store and bought what we do not need. Oh, this vanilla flavor. Oh, this is vanilla flavor. This is chocolate flavor. The vanilla flavor is still at home. Let's see how chocolate flavor will go. He said, well, let me just spoil myself a bit. Hey. Remove temptation. Get away temptation away. At times, you need to attach a greater pain to not achieving your goal or falling into temptation. Discipline yourself. I don't get it right this time. What do? I have to put a punishment to my flesh. Attach a pain. Attach pain to it. Everybody drifts away from the position of pain. We drift to the position of pleasure. Even babies. Babies will move away from the position of pain to the position of pleasure. So I've put some pains. Feel some pains. Number 2, rewire your mind. I've talked about renew your mind. When behaviors become habits, decision-making skills stop working. Hence, breaking bad habits and making new ones is met with some brain resistance. The brain looks at it as wrong and resists the change of such program. Keep at it. Build it. Keep chewing along. It will eventually happen. Create new habits. Change your perception about willpower. Never admit it's impossible. No. Have a no matter what mindset. No matter what, I'm going to achieve it. No matter what, I'm going to get at it. Amen. Even though it causes me pains. Number 2, 3, set goals and reward yourself after. We've talked about that. When you set a goal, please reward yourself after you have met your goal. For example, you want to lose weight, you have disciplined yourself. After you have done that, please go for a massage. Just go for a massage. After that, or success in paying down your debt. After you have achieved that, please take a little cash and spoil yourself a bit. Reward yourself. Reward yourself. Build your self-discipline. Be weird in achieving goals. Don't always follow everyone in the same direction. Let people call you weird. Say, yeah, I'm weird. Yeah, I'm weird. Be weird about it. And then lastly, I'm going to round off before I call on Sherry to come and lead us and pray, is forgive yourself and move forward. Forgive yourself and move forward. Have you made poor financial decisions in time past? Please forgive yourself. Or someone you have entered into something with and he has turned bad, forgive yourself and forgive that person and move on. If you don't forgive yourself, you will realize you cannot achieve self-discipline. Don't flog yourself. Yes, the debt is there. Maybe you went into a business venture and you were not careful and there was a hole that was created. Don't stay there and no. Please, what do? Forgive yourself and move forward. Amen. The scripture says there is therefore now no condemnation for them that are in Christ. There is no condemnation with you. Don't condemn yourself. But eventually you have not been saving. Many of us possibly might not have been saving over time. You are in your mid-age now. Don't worry. Forgive yourself. And do what? Move forward. And move on. Start it. Start today. From today, you have an assignment to do. Number 1, if you have not been saving, make up your mind. Start today. Number 2, go and check your expenses. Number 3, at that point you are indulging yourself, go and check it out. And as you do that, don't stay in condemnation. Don't feel bad. Start today. When do you start? Today. When do you start? Today. Shall we pray?